Welcome to the I-80 Club and another Saturday morning coffee show. Josh and Jack with you on this penultimate Saturday of February. Jack, hello, how are you?
You said penultimate.
Oh my God, he admitted.
Oh my God, oh my gosh, is this live? There is 10 minutes left in the Michael Severe poll for Nebrasketball hour.
Oh, how are we doing?
We're behind 52% to 47% with 43 votes. I don't think we can come back.
Sad. Very sad.
I was going to tell everyone to vote, but
don't have enough time.
We're just going to ride volleyball state to the championship.
All right. That's going to work. Hello, Jack. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. I wish it was sunnier. I wish more of the snow was melting. Weather talk, folks. Folks, have you seen the weather?
Here. I think it's sunny here.
It was sunny for like 5 minutes earlier this morning, but the cloud cover has returned. So good to be here. Good to have everybody with us. Thanks for joining us. Matt writes in our Discord server, when will we finally get Jack freestyling? The best part about being behind the scenes is I got to watch Jack dance around his studio.
I twerked. It's time to twerk.
His ass was into the camera, so a great start. Also, Jack, did I notice you're wearing sweats inside? I thought you were a shorts man. I thought you dressed for the temperature inside.
The high is less than freezing, and pants are allowed inside. I believe the high today is like 31.
Okay, because normally you're always like, I dress for the
29.
weather in.
I mean, there's layers of policy.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, I would never wear pants if that were true.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
It's not that pants are uncomfortable. I mean, comfortable pants are fine.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I feel like shorts. This is a weird mind bend.
Awesome.
I feel like shorts are more professional than like the kind of pants that I'm wearing.
Sure. Yeah, you're wearing comfy pants, as we call them. Very handsome. Very handsome. Nice.
Yeah, I feel like shorts are a lot more. That's a lot more pressure. That's a lot more classy. You know.
Yeah.
More like business formal in radio.
Speaking of classy, we are classy because we are going on a trip very, very shortly to follow Nebraska wherever that may take us. We've been hoping for months now, Jack, that this would take us to Oklahoma City or St. Louis. I think we're a little concerned now that we will be going to neither St. Louis nor Oklahoma City. I think everybody is afraid right now that we're going to end up in Buffalo or somewhere cold. But either way, if you would like to participate in the I-80 Club as we travel, and we just got a super, we'll get to that in just a moment, Jack. You can do so. Dancing with the Skurs. You can email us, sales@i80club.com. We have some sponsorships available. And, Jack, we've been teasing this for weeks now. We've been saying, hey, we want to do something for our subscribers, for any listeners, if they would like to participate. We finally have it available. I will send out the link shortly on Twitter. I'll put it in the comments, actually, here on the on the YouTube channel for anyone who would want to participate in this. But we have designed a sweatshirt, a hooded sweatshirt, in fact, as I have it on the screen, the I-80 Club Road Show Road Crew hoodie. Now, for those who are watching, they see the price and say, holy shit, $100 for a hoodie? Yes, and so that will get you numerous shout-outs, Jack, across all of our shows when we are in Buffalo or Greenville or Portland or San Diego or maybe even OKC or St. Louis next month, throughout the entire duration of the I-80 Club Roadshow.
Matt says he prefers crew necks. Can you make a crew neck?
Do you? Well, I mean, sure. I guess I can. Thank you. Thank you. Matt, as always, with a critique. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate your critique.
We do. I thought you have a second option.
We can have, Jack, only one and one option. I'm wearing a crew neck literally right now. I'm literally wearing a crew neck right now.
Do whatever you want.
So we have it at $100, and so that is to literally help support the trip, and so that's why we have it at that price point. It's way above any of our normal price points, and that is for a specific reason. Here's the one issue, Jack. There's a tiny issue with this hooded sweatshirt, and it's not that it's not a crew neck. It's that when people buy it from Spreadshirt, we don't know their names, which is fair, right? I don't think Spreadshirt is in the business of just giving out willy-nilly the names and addresses of a variety of people who buy things. But we need that information, not your address. We just need your name. so we can give you a shout out on the shows again next month. So if you're a subscriber here to the club, we will set up a channel that you can drop your name in. We're going to set up a Google document that we can get people's names. So again, we can give you shout outs. We've had two people purchase these so far. I have the name of one of them, just need the name of the other person, and we can go from there. So if you are interested in buying it, we would love to have you.
Tell us you did, because we don't see your name.
We don't see your name. That's all that we are.
And then I'll make a Google form that we can, and that people who did can fill out if they want to, so we can just know that they did and thank them and shout them out and put them on the scroll. And maybe we'll do one where people can buy from it too. Later. But for now, it's Spreadshirt.
So now it's Spreadshirt. So again, I will drop a link. Yeah, I'll drop a link in the YouTube live chat right now. So that is there. I'll put that in the description as well. Again, if you would like to do so. Speaking of the comment section, Jack, we usually are reading comments from Discord. Theo has dropped us a super chat though. Need takes on Ekeler versus Rhule.
Oh, baby. That's what I'm hoping we got lots of today.
Are we starting with football or are we going specifically right into hoops? Thank you, Theo. That's a $10 super. I'll leave that up for a little longer.
Real quick. Well, before we do that, I want to make sure and shout out our next tier, though, of the people who are taking us. This is our community partners. I want to shout out Sandstone Wealth Management, specifically Tyler. I want to shout out Surgical Associates, specifically Don. I want to shout out Sutton, Linder, and Sutton. We have 3 community partners. We are going to be adding, hopefully, 5 to 10 more would be ideal. And if you know anybody who would like that, and we think probably get a pretty good return on the impressions that you're going to get out of that and get a spot on the scroll, let us know if there's any businesses that feel like they might be interested in that.
Yeah. We would love to have you join us as that trip is now like a month away, Jack, which is absolutely wild. So we'll be doing that shortly. By the way, I have put into the description of the podcast on YouTube. It will be in the link in the show notes for the actual podcast after, if you're listening to this on audio form later. For the hoodie, the link is there. Again, if you buy it, please do let us know so we know who to give a shout out for.
Another easy way to do it, I'll go to our link, just search Linktree I-80, and there's a link to the shop, and I'll put a link to that sweatshirt in there too.
Awesome.
That's it. So Linktree, go to Linktree. And it's linked on the merch shop is linked on the YouTube page too.
Yep. So there you go. Lots of comments coming in about Theo. Matt writes, does Theo feel guilty for voting against this podcast in Michael's Twitter poll?
I saw that.
He voted against the coffee show. Very sad.
And he's watching it now.
Yeah, he did vote for the Nebrasketball Hour against the Common Fan Pod, so we appreciate Theo.
Gonna lose. It's almost over. Let's see if we came back.
Dave Fight says, hot take, I believe Theo is Wilson Dittman. Many comments are always wondering what Theo's identity is. Who is Theo?
I'm glad I'm glad if anyone beat us, frankly, it's the Common fans.
Friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod.
Yep.
Friends of the pod. We got lots of teams in. We got lots of entries in. We're like the Big Ten of the podcast group.
Yikes. So is this looking like the Big Ten, though, in the tournament where we're all going down in the first round? That's not what you want.
I mean, sort of, it's just who's going to be the Michigan State. I think that's, make that surprising run that you can always depend on. It's going to be down to Nebrasketball. There's 2 left. Volleyball State won in the first round. Is there another one in? What other podcast do we have?
There's something else. Oh, Unemployed is in there.
Oh, he hasn't gone yet, has he? Okay.
No, not yet. By the way, Matt sent a screenshot of our link tree, and it's just a giant circle. That's exciting in there. Jack, don't get distracted. We got 2 hours.
Not. I'm looking at it right now. Goodness sakes.
Oh, because he said more criticism, sarcasm. Very exciting. By the way,
right there
it is. There it is. Perfect.
It looks. I designed the whole thing like months ago.
I don't know what Matt's looking at. I can't tell. What's it? Oh, he's at i80club.com/links. Different website, Matt.
I don't know what that is.
But maybe that was the joke. By the way, real quick, Jack, before we get into actual content, we are going to be doing a subscriber-only show at 10. So if you would like to join us for that, patreon.com/i80club.
Are we chat sacking it?
We're chat sacking it. We're still taking your questions. And honestly, I thought we would save the football for later Because people don't seem interested in football, but do you want to start with Ekeler versus Rhule before we get into hoops?
I mean, Theo gave us a super chat. I feel like at least, I mean, for $10, he could determine the order of the show.
All right, Jack, you love talking about
Leo,
coaches.
just $10 a topic. We'll keep going. I'll do anything you want.
That's a great idea. Jack, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? The latest from the Matt Rhule versus Mike Ekeler rivalry?
So, as is usually the case, I know the outer edges of the story. I know he did an interview. I know I read a couple of the quotes. So maybe you want to summarize it for everyone who doesn't know all of it, and then we can get into our analysis after that.
All right, perfect. So yesterday, as I'm pulling up, here we go. I'm pulling up all the stuff. Mike Ekeler gave a quote. There was a quote that Mike Ekeler gave. There was actually a lot of conversation about it last night in the Discord server. And so he said, I'm trying to find who he spoke with. Because the Omaha World Herald was who
Evan Bland wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote about it. So, okay. So this was at the podium. So he talked about, this was probably one of those, hey, here's our new coach type situations. Here's what he said about if he is okay with Lincoln Riley being at special teams meetings. I hope so. The last place I was at, the head coach never came to one. Before that, he came to all of them. I'd love for that to happen. It just places that importance on them.
Wait, so he's saying he got the baby bear and the papa bear both, but never got the mama bear situation for Matt Rhule's participation in special teams? Or was he talking about two different stops? I guess I think that.
How I view that is he was talking about two different stops, but maybe you're right. Maybe he is talking about before that he came to all of them. So
I thought maybe after he tried to chest bump him, he was just like, okay, I'm just gonna be out. Because it kind of felt like that.
Interesting. So that's what he said. Now, so Adam Kruger, he tweeted about this. Adam Kruger from Channel 3 here in Omaha. He tweeted that exact quote, and somebody responded, Burke Swenson. And I went to Burke's Twitter handle, Jack. Not a whole lot of followers. So, this is not a friend of Matt Rhule. This is just some random fan. No shade. I'm not throwing shade towards Mr. Swenson. Just trying to set up the scenario. Because he responded, so a head coach trusted him to run his meetings and offered to pay as much as anyone in the country to keep doing so, but that wasn't enough. And then it was Dr. Evil, which not a sentence I thought I would say, from the Austin Powers movies, a gif of him going, right. And Matt Rhule retweeted that. And so the first quote came out and it was, oh, wow, there could be some drama. And then Matt Rhule retweeted and it was like, okay, there is actual drama. So that is I would say that is what happened last night after I logged off my radio show.
Okay. It's still, that quote is, people are interpreting that quote different ways, which is kind of important. Whether he's talking about Tennessee or Rhule.
Uh-huh. Yep. I have found that interesting as well.
I'm not saying my way is right, but that was my reaction to it. I thought they were both about Rhule, but that very much could be wrong.
And by the way, Jack, the other thing that I've seen as well is that there are some who are saying, like Dave Fike quoted or put in one of his tweets, and it's essentially the idea of, why do you want a coach coming in and micromanaging you to, when you're doing your job all the time? I didn't read it that way. Now, people are going to say, yeah, because you're a hater. I viewed it more as what Ekeler is saying is he was never there. It's not that I want him there all the time. He was literally never coming into the room. And Ekeler's implication is because he doesn't care about special teams. Not, I wish he was there overseeing every waking moment of what I was doing. That's how I was reading what he was saying, but I know that I'm different than others.
I wish before we had this discussion or we heard this quote, we could have asked the question of the room, including us.
Yeah.
What do you think the right amount of time for a head coach is to spend in the special teams meetings?
Great question.
And are they happening at the same time? I don't know the meeting schedule, but I assume they're happening at the same time as as all the positional meetings, maybe, or maybe not, because it's got positional guys that are there. I'd like to see the whole kind of outlook calendar here, and maybe I can have more of an opinion on it if I know, could he have gone multiple? I think my answer would be, for the actual specific meeting, I think my answer would be probably pretty rarely.
Mm-hmm.
Probably pretty rarely, especially if he doesn't consider that an expertise and he considers the guy he hired an expert at it.
Yeah.
So, and it's going well.
Yeah. That's it. Like, I don't know, Jack. You know, I think we literally had the same boss at one point in time not that long ago. And so I'm guessing how he treated you was similar to me. Like, I have often enjoyed having a hands-off boss, you know, where I am able to kind of do my own thing. I have not really had a micromanager in years in terms of my actual job and what my boss is asking of me. That said, I do like my boss stopping by from time to time and checking in and, hey, how are things going? Is there anything that I can do for you? Now, of course, my job is way different than being a special teams coordinator. But I mean, if Ekeler is being truthful and saying he like literally never stopped by, I mean, I would say that is less than I would have expected. Also, Rhule is a micromanager. So like, I'm very shocked by this implication. And I mean, I think Rhule kind of confirmed it with the retweet of that random guy that's actually true that he wasn't stopping by. And so that kind of shocks me. Again, given that Rhule is a micromanager.
I think he's a micromanager, but of certain things.
But why wouldn't he be a micromanager of special teams?
I don't think he's a micromanager of some of the X's and O's stuff, especially that. I think he is more of a micromanager. I think he points his micromanaging toward where his values and his where he thinks what he thinks is most important for the team, or the conception, I think, of the team.
Twitter and YouTube videos.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes it's not X's and O's.
Yeah,
like
a lot of times it's not X's and O's.
I mean, do we think he was micromanaging the offense? They weren't running an offense that he wanted to. They're still not.
See, now that's where I might disagree and say, actually, I think he is micromanaging the offense, which is why the offense has looked like it has. Very risk averse, very turnover averse, to the point where it can actually be a problem for them. Like, if they're a bit more high flying in 2026, I think it might be because he's finally a little hands off with Holgorsen.
Someone said, do you think, where did it go? Did he get a maybe or something on the Outlook calendar invite? I can't see. But that's pretty funny. Maybe they didn't send it. Maybe they didn't copy him on the invite.
Maybe they didn't copy him on the invite.
Maybe they used his personal email instead of his work email. And so it didn't end up transferring over to the right calendar. I have this.
But his emails, that's tough. You got to make sure that you're using the correct email address.
And also, listen, I've been here. I'm doing the heel. I'm backing Matt Rhule up now. Look at this.
Classic Jack. Classic coach.
Here I am. Also, like, just because you're not in meetings doesn't mean you're not interacting with the person at coaching meetings and all of these other. I mean, it doesn't mean you're leaving them on a island at all times. Meetings are there's practices, there's coaches meetings, there's there's all kinds of other things. Like, I don't know what the normal protocol is for
what the Big Ten protocol is, Jack. Is that what you're saying?
This is not Big Ten protocol. So I don't know, man, this would be, you'd have to work up a lot of righteous anger to get and this is where Rhule is. Everything people are taking, including myself, for the most part, like, everything is spinning bad on him right now. That's where we're at. Where we're at. And start this Ekeler thing at the beginning.
Yep.
Everything was kind of, was like, what the hell is he doing? And now Ekeler says this. What the hell is he doing? And I will say one more time, I would assume everything with, Rhule aside, outside of the Ekeler situation, I would very carefully tread when it comes to just accepting that Mike Ekeler is the righteous one in any of these discussions. Just right off.
Is this where I post that picture of him from Kansas State with the weird face paint again, Jack?
He's been 11 places in, I'm not trying. I don't think I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I just don't know.
I understand your argument. I think anybody could hear what you say and say, look, he has his own agenda and he's a guy who can't sit still. You can say that. Matt says people are making a mountain out of a molehill, in my opinion. Plenty of more real things to take umbrage with. That's probably true. I think I think we would all agree with this, though, Jack. The reason that they are making a mountain out of a molehill with this, and I guess I haven't really seen that. I've seen the kind of usual frustration, classic Rhule, right? It's more, it just fits with everything else that's happening. Like, my reaction last night is, I was in between episodes of Industry, a great show, I might add, Jack. You should check it out.
Sounds
Industry,
like
very,
it.
very
Is it
good.
about industry?
You nailed it. You absolutely
It
nailed
sounds
it.
like it.
But
I like industries.
Yeah. And so as I took a break between the episodes that I was watching, I was hopping on Twitter and seeing a bit of the reaction. The thing that I took away was, wow, remember in the first couple off seasons how one of the huge positives about the Matt Rhule experience was there is no drama anymore. Long gone is the off-season drama. The biggest piece of drama in the first two Rhule off seasons was that weird thing that happened with the volleyball team and breakfast. Remember that, Jack? Like, that was the biggest story, and they nipped it in the bud extremely
PR,
quickly.
baby.
Meanwhile, this offseason is like full of shit every damn week.
Called him Matt Crisis Management Rule. Right on it. Boom.
Yeah.
Got the picture with him.
Yeah. Times have changed.
But the reason is part of the reason, Josh, is we're looking through it through a filter of where the program is, of what's happened on the field, what's happened most recently on the field, and that changes. You're not going to get
bingo. You're viewing everything through the lens of, but the team isn't very good.
It's just not going to be a charitable reading.
Correct.
He's not going to get the benefit of the doubt for right or wrong in much of anything right now.
It's a great point. And the question that you could ask quickly is like, should he get the benefit of the doubt? And, I think your view of Matt Rhule right now is going to tell the story. If you think I don't like the direction of the program at this moment in time, why would I give him the benefit of the doubt? You're not going to. If you still think he can succeed, you're going to say this isn't that big of a deal. I think it's pretty obvious what's going to happen here.
Frankly, this isn't even a discussion. If they're nobody gives a crap if they're winning. Nobody's even talking about this.
Yeah, if
about
anything,
what Ekeler says at USC.
Eckler's an idiot. Who gives a shit about Ekeler? Eckler's an idiot. That's what's going on.
Yeah, because they crossed our guy then. But now we're critiquing our guy, and I think everything is interpreted through that lens, basically, in terms of what – and it's a reality. And he's got to realize that, too, and not get defensive about it. Because the more you get defensive about it, the more – we've seen it time and time again. You can't get defensive about it. You got to fight those urges and understand who this is coming from right now. Okay? Like,
hey, by the way,
that's where it's going to go down. That's when it's going to go down fast.
All right. So you ready for this? Now, again, I'm not making a mountain out of a molehill, but I just went to his Twitter to see like this tweet again. He unretweeted it. So I wonder if he, quickly regretted randomly retweeting. I've
also been there. I bet.
Yeah.
Man, he should have become my friend. Oh my gosh.
You guys are pretty much the same. Regret things on Twitter.
Legitimately.
Your version of 12 tweets is his version of phone calls. Yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty much the same guy. Gen Xers.
We really are. But
Gen Xers,
I'm his last in the radio. Well, there's Josh, and then slightly ahead of you, me, and then the rest of the radio where all the country music station guys, right? Corey and my office.
Damon and Ravi.
Everyone.
Yeah.
The ticket.
I'm in last place.
We are the last, and frankly, you've earned it. But like it's a missed opportunity. Another missed opportunity, I would say.
Well, maybe someday, Jack, you two can become friends. Maybe someday you two can become friends. So there you go. I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else on this? It just is another reminder that yikes.
Like
it's going to be this is how the offseason's going to
all this is going back and reconstructing something he might have done wrong. And he might have, he might not have managed it very well, but I don't know why. I don't know what Rhule's motivation for driving out a special teams coach that was successful would have ever been. Unless there might have been some level of interpersonal conflict, which it sounds like there probably was.
Yeah. Jab says Rhule definitely not voting for any I-80 Club podcast in Severe's bracket. Yeah, he is. Even Volleyball State, he's going to punish Volleyball State. Guilt by association, Jack. Guilt by association.
Just because last place and second to last place are behind the company.
All right, so that's Nebraska football. Wow. Everybody loves talking about Nebraska football.
Anything else? Other football news? We got anything else?
I mean, practice started, so you got that. Nothing otherwise. I mean, people spoke the other day.
I didn't even know that. It really started?
Well, it started today. They had their first press conference the other day on Thursday. Rhule spoke, Holgo spoke, Orich spoke, and then a few players spoke as well. And so, yeah, it is a right. I will say this. I guess here's one other piece of, news or whatever that came out of this week. The way in which they talk about Calandra, he is the starter. Obviously, I don't think any of us are surprised by that. That is kind of a duh situation. It was funny, Jack, at the end of the season last year, we got multiple emails on to interstate80club@gmail.com basically saying, hey, why are you talking about the quarterback situation like it's not going to be TJ Lateef's job to lose in the offseason? Why are you doing that? And I would say, well, here's why, because that's how the coaches are talking about it. So that was the only notable thing to me that came out of the last couple of days.
How long this year until we get a Teefies reunion tour in 2026?
After Calandra's fifth turnover of the game versus Oregon?
It's coming. The band is getting back together. The Teefies, they're just on hiatus right now.
They are.
They're coming back and stronger than ever next year.
Do you think stronger than ever?
I don't know. I was kind of saying that as to be funny, but they'll
return.
I mean, they'll be back. Yeah, they'll be back. Calandria, something. I mean, I hope not. It means Calandria is doing so awesome. He's clearly the starter, and he might. Now, there is a difference because he's mobile. They're both more similar quarterbacks. So,
no, you know what, dude? Schaefer brought this up on Happer and Schaefer yesterday. The way in which we've talked about Lateef as this dual threat guy, his numbers on the ground don't really match that anywhere near what Calandria can actually do. Calandria had north of 500 rushing yards last year, even with almost 30 sacks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought that when Lateef was the starter, it was going to be here we go, mobile quarterback, and he barely ran.
I know. What a tease.
Yeah,
for me,
TJ Lateez.
Yeah,
they should be calling Lateezy. So Jordan says, I'm so afraid this is going to be Jeff Sims all over again.
I mean, I don't know. I want to say I don't know how that could happen again, but why would I say that?
Yeah. Keena says Teefies versus Cofandrias. Oh, yeah. So we found out, Jack, when Severe was filling in for John, Michael was filling in for John. And so, I call Calandria Tone sometimes. And Michael said he doesn't want to be, he wants to go by Ant, to which I don't like that because that I think of.
I don't understand either of those.
Yeah. So Tone is. So Tony, Anthony, it's like from it's the Sopranos.
Got it.
Ant, because his name is Anthony, but Ant is Anthony Edwards. I'm not calling him Ant, but one of our listeners, you remember Joe in Phoenix, now Vegas, who called in, who had 800 F-bombs on one of our first ever live shows following
the
Nebraska.
Infamous I-80 Club show ever. Where
he says Calandria's nickname is going to be Int. Because he throws so many interceptions.
That's
what do you think about that one?
Just great attitude going into the season. I love it. Yep. That's just a great way to be a fan. I can't imagine it.
Corey writes the Tone Ranger. What do you think about that for Calandria? The Tone Ranger.
By the way, Corey, I want to go up. Did you see Corey's earlier when you were talking about Rhule voting against I-80 podcast?
And what did he say?
One of the dozens of people to vote against Volleyball State.
Yeah, that was quite the massacre.
Massacre.
That was quite the
was that a joke? Is that
Volleyball State won by so many?
There's no T in that word. It's massacre.
Massacre.
I thought you said massacre, like rank massacre.
No. Oh, but that's a good way to.
That is a good nickname. There's another good nickname. It's the massacre.
Sadly, it's been a massacre for his play lately.
Okay, it was one game.
Sorry. Yeah.
One game.
One game. No, it's been like a month. Let's talk.
The Rutgers game might have been his best game of the year. That was 2 games ago. What in the crap? And then he was puking everywhere.
And then one game. He was puking everywhere before the Rutgers game.
Right. So you got to go back. Post puke, he's 50%.
That's one game. What are we? No, it's not. He's played 3 or 4 games since the puking.
Northwestern. Is there a Northwestern game in there too? 3.
Yeah, I think you're a little confused right now, Jack. They've had
last Saturday, a week ago, was the Rutgers game. Was that 2 weeks ago? I don't
know. The Rutgers game was multiple weeks ago. Yeah, last Saturday was the Northwestern.
That was Northwestern game. All right.
Yeah, because when was he puking, Jack? That was before Michigan.
Yeah, he was out Michigan.
Okay, so since then, Illinois, he was terrible. Rutgers, he was good. Purdue, he was fine. What was he against Purdue? Oh, you didn't even watch
that big and one at the end, I hear.
That was pretty sweet. Northwest. Oh yeah, he was fine in that game. Northwestern and then Iowa. So I guess you're right.
It's like about a mixed bag, kind of.
Maybe about 50%.
Well, I mean, and don't get me wrong, that was the biggest thing I think of that whole Iowa game that hurt Nebraska. But I'm not sold that it's just like a consistent trend.
Yeah.
Because
so you're not worried. That's the question. I mean,
I'm worried.
I'm
worried. I just don't think it's been all over the place, and there's been the sickness, and so
yeah,
I don't quite now. A couple more, yeah. I'm just not. It's not enough. It's a mixed sample right now.
Are you more worried? I think I might have asked you this on the radio yesterday, so I apologize for asking it again. Him or Frager? You're more concerned about Frager?
Year 4, episode 345, winded Mast. No, I'm way more concerned about, but I think Mast is more important than Frager. So that's a function of that.
Which is interesting. Like, I understand the argument, but man, I think somebody, if you have to present the other side of the case, I would say, are you sure that Frager's not more important, given that Nebraska's best basketball seemingly was played when Frager was playing at an extremely high level a little over a month ago? That the team, if we look back and say the team peaked in January, we're going to say that the team peaked in January when Frager also was playing incredible before he got hurt.
I think you can say the same about Mast in December, though.
Do you think they're better in December than January?
I mean, that Wisconsin, the team that killed Wisconsin.
That was a nice stretch.
Team that killed Creighton, the offense against Oklahoma.
God,
I mean, it's not. I think we talked about this. I think there were two versions of this team that were good, which is wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I think both can be true. I just think Mast is more
versatile.
I just think there are more kind of connections from it. Frager is about, there's no doubt Frager can be important. If he gets going, he can be a big scorer, both shooting and driving. But it's even about more with Mast, I think. It's about it's about his ability to rebound. It's about defense. It's about his passing. It's about his ability to score inside. It's about shooting threes for him. He's like, there's just so much of the entire game plan is dependent on him doing different things that's why I would still put him as, like, if I could have one go back to their former self, it would be him.
Rink.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, because seemingly that would solve a lot of the problems. I mean, gosh, he can't even dribble right now. And so, like, the fact that you're concerned every time he gets the ball, like, Frager is turning it over, but Frager is turning it over for just like, oh my gosh, what kind of horrible decision was that? Whereas Rink is turning it over because he's just making mistakes, or he's missing shots because he just doesn't have it right now. And you wonder how much, remember last week when we were on here and it was like, oh no, Frager's arm exploded. And then in 5 seconds, I was like, never mind, he's going to be okay. But certainly
we got to quit doing that, by the way.
Something's going on with him. And so, like,
Sam Hoiberg had it at the beginning of the Rutgers game. At, like, the very beginning, it looked like he tore his ankle up. Like, and the other reason I would say it, Josh, too, is, and I think we talked about this on your show, is I'm not so sure Frager's isn't at least partially physical still in the recovery from that ankle.
100%. 100%.
And so I think, like, I have more faith that I think Rink is probably mostly over the impacts of Puke Fest.
Yeah.
But
yes,
and maybe not totally, but when you got that kind of a sprained ankle, it wouldn't surprise me if that is affecting some of the things that made him good when he was really
I was going to say, yeah, especially the way that he plays. Like, it's so funny. His first game back was against Illinois, and he knocked in all those threes. And
he was just shooting
back, baby.
And so he can still if he's hitting threes, it's great, but that's not really what his value is primarily.
Yeah, he was like Klay Thompson, just catching and shooting. But a month ago, when the team was playing at its best, he was driving and attacking. Jab says, I think we overlooked that basketball is a long season, and every team hits a rough patch. Good teams get out of them. We'll get out of ours. D'Lo says, what will the vibes be like if they win out and are headed to Indy 27-4? I mean, any of the negative feelings that surround the program at this moment in time. And you know what's funny? I don't even think, Jack, that it is like negative feelings. I think that in general, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think people are a bit fearful that they have peaked and that the best version of them is not going to return. I think that is what people are worried about, because the best version of them, I mean, it's so funny for a program who's never won a tournament game. We were certainly not even putting them in pencil. We were putting them in pen to the second round and putting them in pencil to the second weekend. And I think that there is now a fear of, it's not even about getting to the second weekend. It's the, oh no, is this season going to end the way that every season has ended before? And so I think that that is what's going on with them right now. If they're able to just not even have to pull a nose up, they've only lost 4 games, and all of them in a vacuum are to teams that are okay. I know that you keep shitting all over Iowa in every podcast you do this week.
Listen, they would be in the NIA in tournament this year. It's probably in like Nampa, Idaho. They would be they would probably get to the round of 32.
So weird. Your way of coping is so different than mine after losses to teams that
I saw some of the worst individual play I've seen.
And they won!
I know, I've admitted it's a freaking cell phone. What do you want me to do? I saw what I saw. Incredible. I mean, some of it was really good. A couple of players. Sturch was amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking really good.
Yeah.
But they don't have 5 guys like that. Like, I don't know how you can't. I don't know how people don't take advantage of that team better. And Nebraska didn't. And frankly, it looks like the first coach, or at least the coach that is most out-schemed Hoiberg all year. They got a good coach. They got a great coach.
None of the other losses you felt like, oh God, the coaching, that was it was one of those.
It's the other first losses time all year where I felt that way.
It was for whatever it was. Rose Girl says Rink still had something on his thumb even against Iowa, so I think that's what's happening.
Well,
with all
that was the other. Yes, he got a second injury, the thumb thing. But he has trouble catching it, throwing it, dribbling it, and so I wonder if that plays into it too. And when he isn't in that rhythm, because every time they throw it into the post, he's got to readjust because there's a little bobble or a little dribble. That's not right. I think that affects his rhythm too. Back to the, the rough patch thing. And maybe other people are ruling that out. I'm certainly not ruling it out. I think, in fact, I don't think they're going to lose until, I really can't imagine them losing more than 2 games the rest of the way, to be honest. That would be the max in my expectation. So, but on the other hand, like, just as it's true that teams go through rough patches and get better, there are also teams that go through rough patches and they stay
and don't
for the rest of the year. It's not like only one happens. It's just, I don't really begrudge anyone for having at least some level of concern given the way that
the history of the program
and the history of the program and the way that players just seem to look different for at least having concern.
The Iowa loss was the first one, I think, this year. Again, they've only lost 4 times. That was the first one where it was like, ooh, like, I think you can explain away all the others. First, obviously, Michigan. You were down 2 of your best players, and you took them to the brink. Of course, you can explain that away.
The best loss of the college basketball season by any team.
Illinois, you can explain that away. The players return, or one of the players returned. No, both players returned. Rink was way, unable to go that day. He played like garbage. Frager knocked in some shots. And Illinois was playing some of the best basketball in the country. You can explain away Purdue. They got off to such a hot start. Nebraska wasn't ready, but they fought back valiantly. Like, again, you can explain this away in a vacuum, but it is easily the most frustrating. And I think the problem is, away from the vacuum, you worry if it's like this trend that has started happening of, are they figuring out Nebraska? Yeah. Are the things too. Like,
yep.
Schaefer has brought it up on multiple pods this week, and I think it's a really good observation. The thing that made Nebraska so good early in the year when they were 20-0 is that seemingly they were connected more than any other team. Well, now you get to the end of February, and in theory, that advantage is now gone because other teams have figured out their chemistry in a really optimum way. If Nebraska played Wisconsin today, they're not beating them by 30, is kind of what I'm trying to say. Wisconsin has gotten better. I mean, the question is Nebraska, it's not even, are they getting worse? It is, have other teams now caught up? And thus, that's why these losses have now piled up. But again, I know you say what you will about Iowa, but at least in terms of the metrics, they have not had one bad loss this year. 0 bad losses still for Nebraska.
Their net is shockingly high. It's a quad 1 loss. It will guarantee. I don't think there's any way it won't stay a quad 1 loss because they're like 21 right now, and that's a road loss. So there's arguments on that side too. You could certainly make an argument like they just went through one of the most ridiculous patches of schedule over the last month that you can really put together in that conference, at least. Mm-hmm. And they came out with 3 losses or 4 losses. of that. They've also had some good wins in there. They've also looked good in between. Twice against Northwestern are good enough, at least twice against Northwestern. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's – guess what the answer is, Josh? I don't know, but I understand why people feel every way about this. And here's the weird thing. I don't know how you're going to change anything until maybe the USC game.
Oh, it's funny. I thought you were going to say until the tournament. Like,
maybe, I mean, if they come, I would say if they win at maybe USC, frankly, if they go win on the road at USC or UCLA or both of them, especially, and then if they come back and they handle Iowa after losing to them, I think those will instill confidence. I think any of those three wins right now, if they were able to get them, would take my floor up at least quite a bit.
Yeah. What do you think about this? D'Lo writes, Schaefer is in panic mode. I fear he might be wasting the once-in-a-lifetime season. Enjoy the ride. Quit worrying about the destination. Here's my question for you, Jack. Is it possible to enjoy the ride when the destination is like the only thing that matters seemingly with this program?
If we could, I mean, it's a nice thing to say, but it's involuntary. I don't know. I can't control I wish I could control my stress. And I mean, that's just a thing in life. You wish you didn't worry about things that you worry about, and you try and tell yourself stop, but it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I can't do that with this team. I doubt Schaefer can either. And part of it is it's hardwired into us because of our past.
Yeah.
With the team as well. So, but again, like I also think there is a reading of what has just happened that can be the people who are like, there are some people who are just like, they're not worried. They're sure things are screwed.
Yeah. They're like, doom is on its way. This is going to end terribly.
Yeah. Like people are sure about that. I guess I don't get that, but like, I suppose I can somewhat understand where that's coming from. But again, like, does anybody in the nation, there's like 4, 5, 6 teams in the nation that have a better like loss resume than Nebraska. Mm-hmm. You got to have Arizona, the teams that have like 2 losses, and then anybody else who has 3 or more losses, I assume, has a worse loss than Nebraska does for the most part. Like you're talking about comparing these losses to, we're talking about top 10 teams always, all the time. Like we've got to back up, and they've been playing primarily top 10 teams.
Yeah.
Or top 15 teams. And at some point, you're not going to see another one of those until Sweet 16 at least.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Fight says this is where I was. Dave Fight says this is where I was in the minority in Josh's door 1 or 2 question. This team was picked to finish 14th in the league. In November, I would have been thrilled with winning a game in the tournament. Now, so many people are acting like that is a guarantee. See, and that's the thing. I don't even think it's that people are acting like it's a guarantee anymore. I think it's that people are afraid that it's not going to happen, which is why they will say, give me door number 1 and give me that tournament win over anything else.
I explained it yesterday because
you lean door number 1, dude, right? That's what you ultimately said?
You said I'm getting the tournament win. And I'm not particularly necessarily worried that they're going to lose it. It's just that the world, if they would lose it, would be so devastating. I want to eliminate. I'll take the step of let me celebrate. Yeah. Let me celebrate.
Give me that.
Let me celebrate and go to a second game and give me that day and that night to celebrate that. I would take that. Not because I think there is a real significant chance of it not happening, but if it didn't, it would be a level of, you think Texas A&M loss was bad? You think Nebraska football losing on Black Friday to Iowa 2 years ago was bad? This would, for the diehard Nebraska basketball fans, this would be the most hopeless loss that you have ever experienced. I think.
Jack,
I'll say it for myself. I won't tell other people because
your generation has like this loss to Xavier, right? And yes, they had not won a tournament game yet. But I'm guessing after that loss,
wasn't a thing then though. Like,
and that's the point. Yeah. And like, so you were like, oh, well, they'll be back. They'll be fine. And they did make the tournament and they kept losing. This would be a whole new generation's version of that, where it's like, as D'Lo pointed out, they're only packing white uniforms wherever they go, and which would obviously make it even more heartbreaking. They will be the home team, the higher seed, however you want to view them. And that's, I think, the thing that people are fearful of. It's not just that they still wouldn't do it, but 30 whatever years after the last time they were in a similar position of great regular season, great seed, everything in the world in front of them, and doing so in the modern media era, the social media era, all of those things would make it all the more heartbreaking.
Now, let me clarify one other thing, because I feel like I'm getting hammered a little bit in the chat for saying that. Life is not a door 1 or door 2 situation, though. Okay, like, it doesn't mean I'm cheering only for that. He gave me this scenario where I have to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And that's what I would lean. But it doesn't mean I'm only, like, stop conflating Josh's door 1, door 2 hypotheticals that he's obsessed with right now.
It's a great hypothetical.
With me over focusing, or anyone like over focusing on the tournament. If you force me to make that call, I guess so. That doesn't mean at all I'm not still dreaming about a Sweet 16 trip, going to the next place, taking the tour on the road again. Of course, I'm still thinking about those. And of course, like I just said 5 minutes ago, if Nebraska wins against USC, all of a sudden, if they go 3-0, my ceiling again and my floor will both go up in terms of sort of the world that I'm thinking of. I'm not like locked in to it's going to be doomed no matter what. It's just hard not to at least consider and worry about that. And it's involuntary.
I don't think you're being crazy.
I don't know. I'm reading the chat. It feels like I am.
I don't think you're being crazy.
Yeah. And Jordan points out another good thing, especially when you guys will be at the game and covering the weekend. Yeah.
Bingo.
Have that on top of it.
Longer for that reason.
If we're there, like, the losing that first one would be so terrible. So in my life, if I could lock it in, I would. But
yeah, that's understandable. It's interesting, though, when you talk about just the idea of the journey versus the destination. Mo says people only focusing on the tourney win is the only thing out. They are missing on the journey for the team's best season. But you know what, Jack? Like, I understand it. I'm a Cowboys fan. Like, cool. Great regular seasons are fine. No one is yelling at you, Jack. It's fine. We're having a good discussion right now. But I don't care anymore about the regular season.
I mean, people are not. I disagree with the premise. Show me the person who is focusing. I guess they're saying Mike Schaefer is. I didn't know that. But like, I mean, I don't know, you maybe have watched me a few times this year. Do I look like I'm not enjoying the season? Does that come across to anyone? That
everybody
because I'm focusing too much on.
Well, that's why the timing
you can simultaneously have some stress about it and still enjoy I'm not cowering. I'm going to the game today. I'm wearing my red. I'm excited to go to the game. The games aren't happening fast enough. I'm watching every other game. Last night, I'm all in on Indiana and Illinois, which was a terrible game, because I'm excited about Nebraska getting ahead of Illinois in the standings. Like,
who won that
those
game?
Two things can coexist. Illinois killed them.
Illinois won. I was watching Industry. Great show.
Or Purdue. I'm sorry, Purdue. Indiana, Purdue. Yeah. All the big teams, I get confused.
Yeah. So all the big teams.
Mo says it wasn't at me, but like, I guess I just
Girls, girls with you. Door number one.
Talking about. I just don't know. I don't think this is that. It feels like a kind of a straw man situation. I don't know that many people are doing that. Everyone seems, pretty excited, maybe a little worried.
Well, the timing of this is that, like, for months it was, wow, this is incredible, and everyone was enjoying the ride, and it was always this like, yeah, but don't worry, the tournament, that question will get answered eventually. Now we're a month away from the tournament, and Nebraska is playing, objectively, it's worst basketball of the season because they're finally starting to lose. You said something at one point when they were in the midst of that undefeated run. Like, I think we opened up like the BART projections. They were like 18 or 19-0, and it was like, yeah, and they're going to go 26-5, and you jokingly were like, oh, man, so they're basically going to be like a 500 basketball team the rest of the way? That kind of sucks. And that's kind of what they're turning into at this point in time. I had another, I know you love my thought exercises, Jack. I had another one on the show the other day where it was basically trade out the wins and losses for like earlier losses. And it's hard to do a 1-to-1 comp because it's like flip the Illinois games. And then it's like Purdue becomes a win and Wisconsin becomes a loss. And they beat Iowa, but they lose to Creighton. And it's essentially just like, it's the same record, but it's happening in a different way.
Momentum is different. Yeah.
And so you don't get the 20-0, like, holy shit, they're 20-0. You lose to Creighton at home, which is obviously terrible for you and your enjoyment of the season. But if that happens and you're suddenly like beating Illinois the second time, and then you're beating Iowa on the road and you're beating Purdue, you're saying, what are you saying? Holy cow, this team is peaking right now. They're peaking at the perfect moment in the season, even though the record is the exact same. And you would have been miserable in December when you're losing to Creighton or Wisconsin or Michigan State or whatever it is.
And you never had that glorious period of time
where they were 20-0.
I told everyone, like, soak all of these days in. It will never be better.
You're enjoying the journey, Jack.
Where you're watching the field of 68 every night because they talk about Nebraska at the beginning of it.
Correct.
And every national discussion is Nebraska for real. And Nebraska is in the top 10 odds, top 8 odds to win the national championship. It's gone down a bit from there. And that was really fun. But I don't know. I also think, by the way, I think people are underestimating maybe, or maybe they're just underestimating how I will feel when they win that first tournament game, because I will be more excited about that than if they would get to the Sweet 16.
You will be openly weeping on the podcast.
Like,
Big,
that's
strong
the
Jack
moment.
With tears in his eyes.
I know this is impossible to say, but if I could have the feeling of them winning that first game, or just the feeling of going to the Sweet 16, I would take the feeling of winning the first game. And people might disagree with that, but I think that's part of the reason. It's not all negative. It's sort of just like you want that moment so badly. So, yeah, the second round game will be so gravy. Seriously, like, that's when all the comes off.
Well, that's the best part.
I can't wait to see that. Man, that'll be a blast.
Whether we're doing whether Nebraska's playing on Thursday or Friday, the day after, Jack, like, that's going to be this, like, holy crap, you wake up and they already won and there's another game that you get to watch. Like, one of the sneaky worst parts about getting eliminated in the playoffs or the tournament is that the team that in theory you enjoyed watching most of the year, and in this case, this has become obviously a very lovable Nebraska basketball team for so many. The ride is over, and it's like, yeah, you're heartbroken that they lost, but you're also heartbroken that they don't get to play another game together in this exact situation again. They win that first round game. You got the whole next day to think about, oh my gosh, can they win again? Can they go to the Sweet 16? You're starting to look at Airbnbs and hotels for the next location. Are we going to DC? Are we going to Chicago?
And we're going to be there. There will be a day of absolute
unbridled joy.
Yeah. Yes, that's the orgy of joy. We'll be having it from the time the game ends until the next game starts.
Like, again, you get to wake up after doing all of the pods that we would do that night. You would get to wake up and it's like, let's do it again, baby. Let's do it all over.
And we could have a whole day, and it's your favorite days of the year anyway. But this time you're there, and this time you're celebrating that win. Like, that is better. Like that, when you put it in my specific situation, which is also being there and also doing this trip, there's not much that I feel like can be better than that for me. I don't expect everyone to agree.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking of. It's not even, part of it's a negative way, but part of it is, God, that would be so freaking fun. And then if they lose in the second round, trip's kind of over anyway, right?
Yeah.
You're going back to real life, but at least you
had the thing.
You had those 36 hours or whatever it is, or 48 hours of just.
Good Lord, if they win 2 of them, then it's like, holy.
Well, then you got another whole week, and then you got a week, and then.
Holy hell.
And that's like even hard for me to I don't even know what that would be like.
Yeah.
I have no freaking
Corny
clue.
says, can't wait for Friday in Buffalo, just smashing wings with the crew. D'Lo, Jack unleashed in Buffalo after the greatest win in school history requires a full day stream.
Oh, God. I will say, if they went to Buffalo, I'm excited about the wings.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the light rail. I'm excited about the Fios fiber internet.
But
it's going to be more expensive. That's more
just expensive.
That. Yeah. But it's also Thursday, Saturday, which is I'm almost as passionate about having Thursday, Saturday as I am the location.
We got to start having backups, Airbnbs booked for all these other cities. This is very sad. God, they need to.
I went through such a good process for Oklahoma City and St. Louis too.
And now you got to start doing it for everywhere.
No Star Wars house. This is why Kansas needs to lose for Star Wars house.
Yeah. All right. Down goes Darren Peterson in Kansas. Who knows if Darren Peterson is even going to play? Oh, man.
Tilo says, don't forget the chicks, Jack. Buffalo in early March.
Oh, man. See, that's the other part, too. Like, it's not going to be warm. It's going to be like, that's one of the great parts about March Madness is like, yeah, you got the sports all day, and yeah, you're sitting and watching games, but also like, oh, man, I can wear shorts again. If we're in Buffalo, we're going to be cold.
I can think of a cool thing for every place except for, does Greenville have palm trees?
I have no idea. It will be warmer in Greenville, right? Like that's it'll be solid weather in Greenville. I know we always talk about San Diego and Tampa. It'll be nice in Greenville.
How close to tropical is Greenville?
I have no idea.
Is it more Florida or North Carolina? I guess is my question.
Connor, this is Jack, the way we can wrap up today's pod before we get right into our subscriber show. Connor says, hope you've upped the limit on the I-80 card. We have, and we would love, again, more of you to support our trip to wherever we shall go. The I-80 Roadshow, Dancing with the Skurs, brought to you by Husker
Power Products.
Bingo.
Sorry, I want to say it with you. I was excited about that. They're the best.
We will be wherever they be, we will be. And in large part, that is because of Husker Power Products. We still have some $5 or $500 sponsorships available as well. If you would like access, email us, sales@i80club.com. And Jack, while we were on the air, we had another purchase of the I-80 Club.
Do you know who?
Show? No, I don't know who.
Do we know anyone who's bought them yet that we can shout out?
G. Merle has bought one, and Royals Girl has bought one as well. So we know at least 2 of the purchasers. There have been 3. We would, again, love to have you purchase one. But most importantly, we need your name. We need to know who bought the gear so we can give you a shout out when we are wherever we're at.
Don't be humble. Don't
let us know.
Kendrick Lamar's advice. Don't be humble.
Oh,
and seriously, if the difference between you doing and not doing it is the type of shirt or sweatshirt, we'll make it work.
If you want it on a crew neck, let us know, and I will build that later today. Okay, now, okay, you're okay, cool, yeah, whatever you want, I'll do it.
I'll do it if Josh won't do it.
No, I will do it. It's fine. I got it all built.
Josh doesn't want to do it. I can tell.
No, I'm the one who made the shirt available. I want this.
Calm down. Hey,
door number 1, door number 2.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna all. Just door number 1, door number 2. Behind this is all the pizza you could ever eat in your life, and behind I can't even think.
Jordan says a coffee mug. So wait, is it the price point the same on all of them? Here's $100 coffee.
Yeah, $100. Yeah, that's
okay. If you want a $100 coffee mug, I guess.
And also, I don't know if there's anything more expensive than a hoodie, but nothing more expensive than those hoodies either.
Nice. That is
because otherwise we're just. Corny said, "Do you see this?" Corny gave me a reason to look forward to Greenville. I'm gonna pick. He said he's driving and bringing a tailgate. He said, "Where is it?"
Oh, he's having a keg.
All right, there's something to be excited about there. I don't know if anyone looked up if there's palm trees, but maybe that. Okay, maybe Philadelphia is moving to the bottom of my list then.
There we go.
Tampa and San Diego, I will be. Whatever challenges logistical there are, yes, I would be thrilled to go to either of those places because Tampa and San Diego. And Portland, I think would be. I hear a lot of people like Portland, and I've never been there. So I think that would
Portland rocks. Plus, we go to the bookstore, Jack. Yes. By the way, shout out Big Red Roscoe. Big Red Roscoe, shoot me a DM so we can get your name as well.
He was the person?
Yeah. So that we know all the 3 people. Thank you, Big Red Roscoe. Thank you. Dilo says, serious question. How's the quality for $100? Is it similar to the champion sweatshirt? So here's the thing. I don't know. And so G. Merle, who purchased it last week, he's getting his in 2 days. He is going to let me know. I asked him specifically, can you tell us how the quality is? So
I should see if I have like 3 sweatshirts. I got to see if it's the one that.
Yeah, this is a specific, like we could have done it with a variety of hoodies. We did it with I think this is their best quality, their best version of a hoodie. So obviously we hope that it's good. Yeah, Jab says every sweatshirt I bought from Spreadshirt.
Me too, actually.
I'm wearing my my crew neck right now, my Nebrasketball crew neck. So
yeah, I've had good. The only, if there's ever been an issue, it's that the logo doesn't print. There have been a couple of printing errors with the logo, like it just doesn't fully. The color isn't right, and if that happens, we can get it exchanged. But every shirt that I've gotten, I've been happy with there. So
yeah. All right, there we go. Corny says, I thought I got a hoodie too. Yeah, Corny has gone above and beyond with some of his
oh yeah, sorry, Corny. We should sorry, we don't have
we'll Corny, hit me up and we'll buy one at cost, and we will hook you up when you
I did not put him on the I gotta put him on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
So
it's my master spreadsheet.
So that's what's going on. Again, we would love to have you support our trip as we get ready to go wherever Nebraska goes. A reminder, Jack, as we log off, I'm going to go use the restroom. I imagine you will do the same, and then right on into a subscriber-only podcast, including a chat sack. We were going to do Ekeler Rhule stuff. I mean, if there's anything else on that, we could do that there. Anything else on Nebraska basketball, we could do that there. But mainly, we're taking questions from our subscribers. So we'll get to that.
Patreon.com/IID Club. You want to be in these? They're fun.
They are fun indeed. All right. Again, if you purchase any hoodie, please let us know so we can give you a shout out when we are at Nebraska's.
Do people know on the back it says Road Crew?
No, I don't think they do. Yeah, behind the hoodie it says.
You look
Road
like
Crew.
you can say you're like whether you go or not. You can say you're part of like. No one else will get these. There will be.
Correct.
It'll be a limited edition. It's like a it's like a non-fungible token.
Once this is an NFT, but it doesn't lose value over time. Once the tournament arrives, we will cancel. Or once the tournament's done, this will get turned off forever. So if you
guarantee you'll be able to sell them on eBay in a couple years for $800. So it's just an investment, is all it is.
Connor says just bought his. Let's go, baby. That's 4 of them. All right, thank you. Oh shit, do we have multiple?
I feel like I'm doing a nonprofit live auction here. Come on here, let's get.
2 people have bought them in the last 5 minutes. Please let us know who you are.
Hold on. I am going to just write down on my spreadsheet spreadsheet. Connor, Roscoe, G. Merle, Royals girl.
There was somebody else.
Was there anybody else?
Somebody else bought it, and we just don't know who you are. We have had 5 people.
All right, at least notated.
Please let us know. Please let us know. Please let us know.
Make that damn Google form. All right.
Yep. All right, we're going to log off. We're going to be on for our subscribers. Give us just a couple of minutes as we get ready to go, and we will see you very, very shortly. He's Jack. I'm Josh. By the way, Nebraska Ball Hour back today, 3:30-ish after the game. Jack and Caleb will talk to you then. Bye-bye.